Morning guys, it is 8:30 and I have just made it to Edale car park. Yeah, this is my first solo hike, so it's a bit awkward because there's somebody next to me, but yeah, this is my first solo hike that I've ever done, but I've done this route lots before, so I'm pretty confident with where I'm going. But yeah, tried to get here as early as I could because this car park fills up very quickly. By 9 o'clock it's usually full, so that's not ideal. But the ticket machine isn't working. I came here 2 weekends ago and it wasn't working, and it's still not working, so I'm just going to risk it and not, well, I can't really get a ticket because I've got no signal to the pay by phone thing, and neither of the machines are working, so yeah, there's not much I can do about that. But everybody else is the same, so yeah, so I'm gonna get going. This hike should take about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. I'm doing the circular route, so I'm gonna start at Edale and then I go kind of up the Kinder Scout like river. I think it's called like Kinder Rocks or something, but that's where like you do the scrambling. Yeah, so I do the scrambling up along the river on some rocks and then get to Kinder Scout and then kind of go along the ridge and then come down Jacob's Ladder. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me because I've seen, well, when I was coming to do this the other week, I wanted to watch a video kind of going over the route, but a lot of the videos are old, so I thought, oh, maybe I'll do an up-to-date one. But yeah, I'll try and remember to get my camera out because it's very easy to forget. I don't do this normally. But yeah, let's go and hike up Kinder. Let's go. Okay, so what you've just seen so far is just going from the car park, out of breath already, going from the car park, walking up past the pub, and then picking the Grindsbrook trail up, and I will show you where I am now. So I'm just following this path now, and there's 2 routes you can go here. You can go right where that guy is, going up the hill, but we're actually going to stay on this path. This bit is always the hardest bit to begin with, just because you're warming up, so yeah, this is like the bit I'm always most out of breath with for some strange reason. But yeah, we're just going to follow this path and then it will lead us to a little stream that we cross over, and then just keep following the path. I've never done the route on the right, but that basically cuts out the scrambling, so in some ways it's easier, but it's also longer. But yeah, it's quite windy today, but it's also cloudy, so it's like the perfect conditions for hiking. But yeah, normally when I get to the scrambling rocks I have to take my coat off, and I'm just in a t-shirt because it does get rather sweaty. what I like about this route though is that it's quite busy route, so there's always people on it. Not like completely in the middle of nowhere. So that's nice, like it makes me feel safer when I'm on my own. Because you never know what could happen. I think too many people go on a hike and underestimate like how risky it can be if you actually end up in trouble. But I've got my, I think 1.5 litre rucksack, maybe 2 litre with me. So I've got my waterproof trousers, waterproof coat, my lunch, a litre of water, first aid kit, whistle, a thermal blanket in case I injure myself, like you never know. So yeah, I like to be prepared. But this is a feather down jacket, so it's really warm. So it's too warm to wear really when I'm climbing up. But when you get to the top, you really cool down. And that's when this comes in handy again. Oh, and I've also got hand gloves. Jacket is off. Yeah, so now we're just going through the woods. We've come off the cobblestone path and you get to a river that we cross over, and then it takes you onto like this kind of yellowish path, and you literally just keep following that round until the path kind of disappears and there's loads of boulders. So this is the little gate and the stream I was on about. So I'm now on the path and this is the valley now that's working up to the scrambling. We just can't see it yet. Okay, so this is where the boulders start. The camera doesn't do it justice. But yeah, the path kind of disappears now. And the boulders go like right around that corner. Okay, that's where I've come from. And keep going up. Yeah, as you can see, we're following the river all the way up, which is really nice. So as you keep going, you're going to get to a gate. You want to go on the right hand side of the gate, right on the path. So I need to swap over. I need to get on the right hand side of the river, and then keep going up. Yeah, you've really got to watch it on here because it's so easy to get your footing wrong. Okay, we're about halfway. Well, say we, me, you, me. Yeah, I'm about halfway now up the scrambling. Behind me, right up just near the cloud, you can see like a little stone. It's not a little stone, it's obviously a massive rock, but from here it looks like a little stone. And that is where we're going, all the way to the top. But yeah, it's requiring ultimate concentration. But yeah, it doesn't do it justice on camera, kind of how steep this valley bit is, but it's really steep. Yeah, but it's not too bad. Like, I feel like this is easier than having to just literally walk up like a hill, because you're kind of stepping up things instead. And like you've obviously got to go a lot slower. Who needs the Stairmaster? Okay, so here it gets really steep. But we're nearly at the top. Can't see the rock anymore though. Jacket's back on. Now just walking on the top. It's pretty flat, so nice and easy now for a bit. But yeah, that's my views. And it's pretty quiet actually up here today. I normally pass a lot of people on this footpath because I think the more popular route is actually people go up Jacob's Ladder and then either climb down those rocks or do that other pathway that I showed at the beginning where that guy was going up a hill. But I don't really get why people do that, because to me the idea of walking down those massive boulders that I've just scrambled up would be even harder than just going up them. So, and I would not like to climb up Jacob's Ladder because it's just one massive steep uneven path up the hill that goes on for ages. But yeah, I'm just following the path for now, and then if we get into like some boggy marsh area, which you want to make sure you avoid, because the other week a woman actually sunk into it, the whole leg sunk into the boggy marsh stuff, and somebody had to pull her out. So I really don't want to do that because I'm on my own and I don't want to soil your leg. But yeah, this is the path I'm following. As long as you can kind of see the ridge line, because we're gonna like go all the way down there. As long as you're not going inland and stay out on this path, you can't really go wrong. Have to weave along the rocks, but I would try and aim to stay at the left hand side, and there's like this kind of a path, and it's a little bit up and down, but I think it's safer to go on this bit than inland, because that's where it's really bumpy. So you can actually see Jacob's ladder now. It's that yellow path that's going all the way down. Just walking along the bridge now. So I am on the way down now, down Jacob's ladder. Just had my lunch kind of at the top bit, but yeah, the weather's turned out beautiful now, like the sun is shining through the valley, the temperature is perfect, but yeah, just making my way down now. Yeah, as you can see here, it is really steep, but lots of people walk up it. But yeah, we've basically kind of been from over there, and I've gone all the way along, and now I'm coming down. I'm hoping you can hear me. I know it's really windy, but yeah, I find it a bit easier walking on the grass than going on them stones. It's easier to not lose my footing. But yeah, so now we're coming down the other side of the valley basically. But it's actually a different valley to the one that we were climbing up originally. But yeah, my inner geographer is coming out. So I just follow this path, and then I have to go through a farm, and then go through some fields, and then back at Edale. So some mountain bikers have just passed me, which is crazy considering how steep Jacob's ladder is. I didn't even realise bikes could get up there, but yeah. Yeah, so we've cut through the farm, and don't follow the public footpath sign. Keep going around the corner like I showed on the video, and it will take you along this path. And basically we follow this path. It takes us through a field that's got a rather large hill on it, and then we go through like another 2 fields, and then it brings us back down to the pub. Yeah, so we're up this big hill, which doesn't look that big on here, but it is, which isn't ideal towards the end because my feet are pretty knackered now, but this is the last bit, the last push. Okay, I'm about halfway there. did it. We did it. I survived my first ever solo hike. Yeah, that was, oh no, that was so good. That was so nice. Yeah, the weather just turned out perfect. Yeah, it was great. Like, no problems with the route. Didn't injure myself or trip up. Didn't break a leg. So yeah, went really good. Yeah, didn't get a parking ticket either, which I was panicking about. But yeah, it's a bit awkward because the car park's full and everybody's driving around, and I'm not ready to go yet because I need to sort my shoes out. But yeah, no, I had a really good time. I will try and put the video together as good as I can so that it makes sense. But yeah, it's a really straightforward route. Just towards the end there, once you've gone through the farm and over the hill, yeah, you just follow the path, and then you end up back where the pub is, and then you just turn right and you just go back down that road, and then it'll bring you to the car park. But you can park in the train station. You can also park, if you come a bit later and the car park's full, there is like extra parking in a field just like further back up the road, and that's for £5, so that's cheaper than this. But luckily I didn't have to pay anything today because the machine's broken. So yeah, but yeah, that is basically Edale. From Edale, go up through Kinder Scout, the Scrambling Way, and then follow the ridge around and then come down Jacob's Ladder. But alternatively, you can go up Jacob's Ladder and then do it the other way around. But I've never done it that way, so maybe I'll do a video and do it that way for a change, just because I have done this walk so many times now. But yeah, I'm really happy I've done it. I've been saying to myself for ages that I want to just go on a hike on my own, because sometimes it's hard to rely on other people, and you shouldn't really let that hold you back. I've just always been scared, you know, and obviously you hear stuff, don't you, about females or just people in general going lost and stuff. But it is a really safe route. But I can't emphasize enough, like, make sure you're wearing sensible footwear and don't come in jeans, because there are so many people that I see on this route that will be wearing jeans, or, you know, like trainers that aren't really walking trainers. But I have my hiking boots on. But yeah, I also recommend like a rab, and obviously taking a rucksack as well with a drink and food in. There's so many people that don't have rucksacks, and I know they're a pain to carry, but it's good to have stuff with you just to be on the safe side. But yeah, I'm very windswept. I've actually got to go to Meadowhall now to get a Mother's Day present, because I left that very last minute. So I'm going to do that now, which I don't feel like doing after a 4-hour hike, but hey ho. So thanks for watching, and I hope this video has been useful to anybody if you're planning on doing Kinder Scout, or maybe inspiring you to, you know, do it on your own. So yeah.